field at Loretta French Park in the heart of Chugiak, Alaska. The Chinooks are playing home tonight against the Peninsula Oilers. And let's go right to the starting lineups. Leading off for the Oilers will be the second baseman, number 3, Max Rothwarg. Batting second, the shortstop, number 10, Cole Dawson. Batting third, the center fielder, Colin Robson. Batting fourth, the third baseman, number 20, Ty Thomas. The designated hitter hitting fifth tonight will be number 26, Cody New. Catching for the Oilers, number 16, Andres Matat. Playing first base, number 30, Zachary Ferris. Hitting eighth, playing right field, number 24, Cole Wilson. Hitting ninth, playing left field, will be number 8, Bryce Berkey. And pitching for the Oilers tonight will be Max Sasaki. Sasaki wears uniform number 2. And he is a left-hander out of Long Beach City College. We'll give you the Chinooks lineup here real quick. Leading off for the Chinooks, the shortstop, number 9, Oliver Dagenhart. Batting second, playing second base, number 16, Louis Zalaika. Batting third and playing first base, number 12, Jordan Jaffe. Hitting cleanup, the center fielder, number 15, Jaden Hill. The designated hitter for the Chinooks tonight, number 17, R.J. Rickabaugh. Third baseman, number 10, David Broughton. Hitting seventh, the left fielder, number 23, Keaton Laidley. Hitting eighth, the right fielder, number 22, Sam Kwapnoski. And catching for the Chinooks tonight, number 4, Dusty Eisenagel. Pitching tonight, his first start of the season, will be Jacob Hayes. I'm going to turn the microphone on the ball field up so you folks can hear PA announcer David Stroh, and we'll come back to you after the national anthem and play ball announcements.
R.J. Rickabaugh. Number 10, the third baseman, David Broughton. Number 23, the left fielder, Keaton Laidley. Number 22, the right fielder, Sam Papanowski. Number 4, the catcher, Dusty Eisenagel. Number 32, the pitcher, Jacob Hayes. The Chinooks head coach, Tim Cole. The Chinooks assistant coaches, Tim McGovern and Kyle Peets. Our play-by-play announcer heard tonight at the Chinooks Baseball Network on YouTube, Eagle River's very own Tim Bardo. The umpires for tonight, at third base, Bob Melms from Fairview, Connecticut. At first base from Puerto Rico, Luis Alvarado. And at home plate from Maryville, Tennessee, Nick Reynolds. Now joining us on the field, the Chinooks Booster Club President, Al Clemens. Woo!
Thank you, Dave. Ladies and gentlemen, we invite you now to stand. Please remove your headgear for the presentation of the national anthem. Joining us to sing our national anthem tonight, please welcome to Lee Jordan Field, Zek Andrukowitz. Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous night o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave? Wilson, please welcome to the mound Ed Banfield. And Ed, before you throw and mesmerize us with your pitch, Ed has asked that we pray for him. So let's take a moment of prayer. Jesus, take the ball, guide it over the plate, and please, Lord, don't bounce it. All right, Ed, when you are ready, show the fans your best pitch. And fans, to add even more excitement to our game this evening, we have two special guests who have a special message to share with you. They're going to tell us the two best words in baseball. We have Shelby Banfield, 10-year-old, and Ellie Smith. Okay, ladies.
All right, we've got play ball. We had a nice rendition of the national anthem by a member of the Crossing Church. Crossing, the sponsors of the game tonight. They've been outstanding to the Chinooks. They allow the ball club to go over there every game day and do their discipleship classes. So they've been a fantastic sponsor and supporter of Athletes in Action Baseball. Speaking of Athletes in Action Baseball, the Chinooks will be wearing their AIA jerseys. I love these uniforms. They're navy blue tops with some piping on the sleeves. They've got white numbers in the front, blue numbers with red and white piping around the numbers on the back jerseys. They're wearing their white home game pants with blue stripes down the side. They have their caps have a white front, red bill, and blue, dark navy blue backing to them with the Slammin' Sammy logo on the front of the white quarter panel. All right, so it's a beautiful day out here in Chugiak. It was overcast much of the day. The sun came out. Now it's hidden behind the clouds a little bit, but it's still a pleasant evening, and it should be a good night for baseball.
We want to take this moment to extend a heartfelt thanks to all of our wonderful host families, many of which are here in the ballpark with us tonight. Your generosity and hospitality have made a tremendous impact on our community. Let's give our host families a round of Chinook applause.
PA announcer Dave Stroh giving some credit to the host families, and the Chinooks couldn't do what they do without all the families who provide lodging for our players and our coaches and staff all summer long. So we salute our host families. Leading off for the Oilers tonight will be number 3 Max Rothwarg, the second baseman. Rothwarg hitting .349 on the season with 8 runs and 7 stolen bases. On the mound, Jacob Hayes, the right-hander for the Chinooks. And the first pitch misses low and inside for ball 1. Hayes, a 6'5", 220 freshman out of the Azusa Pacific University in Southern California. I walked past him before the game, and he seems actually quite taller than 6'5". I know I'm not that tall myself, but he's a tall dude. Second pitch misses for ball 2. 2 balls and no strikes on Rothwarg. This is Jacob Hayes' first start of the season. And that pitch hits the outside corner for strike 1. 2 balls and 1 strike. Hayes has had 5 appearances, no starts. He's pitched 6 2/3 innings. He's given up 9 runs, 3 of them earned, for an earned run average of 4.05. His fourth pitch of the game is a strike, so the count evens up at 2 balls and 2 strikes on Max Rothwarg. Rothwarg is a junior out of Swarthmore College. And the 2-2 delivery. A swing and a miss and a strikeout. There's out number 1. So, leadoff hitter for the Oilers strikes out, and Jacob Hayes is off to a good start. That'll bring up the shortstop for the Oilers, number 10, Cole Dawson. Dawson comes into this game hitting .231, but he's scored 12 runs, so he's getting on base and making his way around the base paths. Hayes pitching from the stretch, even though no one's on base. First pitch is a breaking ball, fouled back for strike one. And those of you who are expecting again to hear John Groth on the air, John and his wife Kitty are back at Athletes in Action headquarters in Ohio, so he will not be broadcasting any more Chinooks games this year. And a curveball fouled off for strike two, and quickly Hayes is ahead in the count. No balls and 2 strikes. So with John Groth gone, you're stuck with me, Tim Bartow. I'll be your play-by-play analyst here for this game and tomorrow evening's game. The 0-2 delivery, ground ball hit to first base. First baseman Jaffe has it, overtakes it himself, so that's a 3-U and the second out of the game. With 2 outs here in the top of the first inning, that'll bring up the Oilers center fielder, number 25, Colin Robson. Robson comes into this game hitting .312, left-handed hitter. Asking the ump for timeout as he steps in the box, gets set, and Jacob Hayes ready to deliver. Pitch a little bit high for ball one. Hayes has seen most of his action over at first base this season, but it's a long season. We've got 2 pitchers still out with injuries, so we're going to use who we can. That next pitch is a foul ball down the left field line and out of play. 1 ball and 1 strike on Colin Robson. Two down here in the top of the first inning. The Oilers come into this game with a .500 record of 11-11 and a team batting average of .221. The delivery by Hayes, a foul ball hit down the left field line. I thought we had a chance there, but in between third base and left field, no chance on the play. It's 1 ball and 2 strikes. The Chinooks are coming into this game with a record of 7-12 and a team batting average of .219. Chinooks have scored 57 runs so far this year. The Oilers 77 runs. Hayes on the mound. The right-hander looks in for the sign and delivers. And catches the inside part of the plate for strike 3. Robson is caught looking. That's 3 up, 3 down. No runs, no hits, no errors, no runners left on base for the Oilers. As the Chinooks come up to bat in the first inning, there is no score. You adjust them as we go. Hey, we're back on the air. Welcome back to Lee Jordan Field at Loretta French Park in the heart of Chugiak, Alaska. The Chinooks had a good first defensive inning. They're 3 up, 3 down against the Oilers, and now they're turning bat. That'll bring up leadoff hitter and shortstop number 9, Oliver Degenhart. Oliver comes in today's game with a .250 batting average, but with 10 RBIs and 5 stolen bases. First pitch to Oliver is a called strike. On the hill tonight for the Oilers is right-hander Max Sasaki. Second pitch is a strike, so 0-2 quickly on Oliver Degenhart. Sasaki, 5'7", 160 freshman out of Long Beach City College. Third pitch misses for a ball, low and outside, 1 ball and 2 strikes. He has started 4 games. He has a record of 2-1 this summer. And the delivery. A ground ball hit to short, and he beats. Oh, no! Umpire called him out. I beg to differ. It looked like he beat that throw, but it'll go as a 6-3. A nice play by the shortstop. And there's 1 out for the Chinooks. Sasaki has given up 21 runs, 10 of them earned. He has an earned run average of 3.91. The Chinooks batter now, the second baseman, number 16, Louis Zalaika. Zalaika hitting .263 on the season with 6 runs scored. First pitch to Zalaika misses low for ball 1. The Oilers wearing red jerseys with dark blue or black Oilers with lettering on the chest, spelling Oilers in script. Second pitch is a strike, 1-1, with outlined in white. They are wearing their gray travel pants with a red piping stripe on the legs. Sasaki going from the stretch position, even with no one on base. There's a ground ball hit to the second baseman, and an easy throw over to first. That'll be a 4-3 out, and the second out of the inning. Now batting for the Chinooks will be first baseman number 12, Jordan Jaffe.
Coming to the plate for your Chinooks, number 12, Jordan Jaffe.
Jaffe takes his place at the plate. Sasaki looks in and delivers a nice breaking ball for strike 1. Big sweeping curve, and it just crossed the plate for strike 1. The next delivery, another curve ball hit high in the air to center field. Oilers center fielder Robson back makes the catch, and that'll be an F8 to end the inning. Another 3 up, 3 down inning. That's no runs, no hits, no errors, no runners left on base. At the end of 1 complete, it is 0-0.
You were handed a red ticket. We're going to send you to Subway. For the Oilers, number 20, Ty Thomas.
All right, welcome back to Chugiak, Alaska Chinook fans. We are here in the top of the second inning. There's no score after 1 complete. Both teams went 3 up, 3 down. That'll bring up the Oilers' third baseman, number 20, Ty Thomas. Their cleanup hitter is hitting only 194, but he has scored 11 runs, driven in 10 runs, and has 11 stolen bases and 9 runs scored. The first pitch to him is a ball for 1-0 count. And the 1-0 is a called strike. I see that Mark Corbin has checked in tonight. He says no wind, and he is correct. There's 0 wind. Temperature somewhere between 61 and 64 degrees. It's cloudy out. And that pitch hit Ty Thomas, so there will be a hit batter. And the first runner of the ball game is Thomas going down to first base. That'll bring up their designated hitter, number 26, Cody New. New hitting .278 on the season. And I stand corrected. The Oilers' pants are gray, but have red and white and blue stripes, very thin stripes down the sides. The delivery from Hayes just misses for a ball. 1 ball and no strikes on the Oilers' designated hitter, Cody New. Dusty Eisenagel is behind the plate to complete the battery for the Chinooks. And the delivery from Hayes. Foul ball hit right back at us here for strike 1. 1 ball, 1 strike. Defensively for the Chinooks, Eisenagel behind the plate. Jordan Jaffe at first. Louis Zalaika at second. David Broughton playing third. Oliver Dagenhart at short. In the outfield from left to right, Keaton Laidley, Jaden Hill, and Sam Kwapnoski. On the hill again is Jacob Hayes, and he delivers. There's a base hit right up the middle. And there goes the no-hitter. So, first hit of the game, a single to Cody New. That advances Ty Thomas over to second. And that'll bring up the Oilers catcher, Andres Mitat, hitting an .071 on the season. Mitat, a right-handed hitter, up with 2 runners on and no outs here in the top of the second inning. He squares the bunt but pulls it back, and the pitch is a called strike. No balls and 1 strike. No wind here tonight. The flag in center field is almost invisible from where we are because it's hidden by the flagpole and it's just hanging down completely limp. Batter squares around and puts the pitch down. It goes foul. Eisenagel slaps it, makes sure it's foul, and the count runs to no balls and 2 strikes. So Jacob Hayes ahead on this hitter, 0-2. Andres Mitat, the batter. Even stance, bat fairly parallel to the ground. Hayes looks in for the side, looks back at second. Ground ball, hit to short. Going over to first with it to get the out, so that's a 6-3 on Mitat in the first out of the inning. However, the runners advance, so Thomas over to third, Cody New over to second.
Number 30, Zachary Ferris.
Oilers now have second and third with 1 out, and their hitter is Zachary Ferris, the first baseman. Ferris wearing number 30. He's hitting .149 on the season with 5 RBIs. Hayes looks in for the sign. The infield is playing back while the middle infielders are playing back. The corners are in close. Hayes' first pitch is a strike. No balls, 1 strike. Hayes looks in for the sign and delivers to the left-hander. Just catches the inside corner for strike 2. No balls, 2 strikes, so ahead of this hitter as well as he was the previous hitter. Let's hope he has the same luck here. Ferris hitting from the left side of the plate, a slightly open stance, bat held perpendicular to the ground, and the delivery. When in the dirt, Eisenagel made a nice job of blocking that pitch in the dirt for ball 1. 1 ball, 2 strikes. I love watching Dusty Eisenagel play out there. He's just a hustling little catcher. And just full of fire. 1 ball, 2 strikes on Zachary Ferris. Hayes looks in and delivers. Ground ball hit off his foot, so it's a foul ball. And that one smarts. He is walking that one off. Runners returning to their bases. They were going at the crack of the bat. That would have certainly scored 1 run had it not bounced off his foot. So Broughton, the third baseman, Jaffe, the first baseman, in close. The middle infielders, Degenhardt at short and Zuleika at second, playing back at full depth. Hayes looks in for the sign. 1-2 pitch is high and strike, swing and a strike. That's a strikeout for out number 2. Ferris goes down swinging. That pitch was out of the zone, but Ferris helped out Jacob there for out number 2. And the third strikeout for the Oilers. That'll bring up the right fielder, number 24, Cole Wilson. Wilson hitting 143 on the season, batting from the right side. A very open stance. Closes it just as the pitch is coming. The first pitch from Hayes is a strike, so no balls, and 1 strike is the count. The 0-1 pitch from Hayes. Breaking ball that didn't break enough and hit him right in the back. So another hit batter, the second hit batter of the inning. Thomas led off the inning getting hit by a pitch, and now Wilson gets hit by a pitch, and the Oilers have bases loaded.
Now batting for the Oilers, number 8, Bryce Berkey.
This brings up their number 9 hitter, the left fielder Bryce Berkey, wearing number 8 and hitting 171 on the season. Berkey is a left-handed hitter. Up here with the bases loaded and 2 outs in the top of the second inning. Hayes delivers for a strike right over the plate. Nice fastball from Jacob Hayes. Hayes pitching from the stretch with the bases loaded, but he does that even when there's no one on base, as most players do at this level. Looks in for the sign and delivers. That ball is high for ball 1. 1 ball and 1 strike on Bryce Berkey, the Oilers left fielder. The quarter infielders, Broughton and Jaffe, have moved back behind the base path now. Hayes throws a curveball but misses outside for a ball. 2 balls and 1 strike. Good pitch, just a little bit outside. Berkey with a very open stance. His right foot just a toe hitting. And that next pitch is hit up in the air, foul down the left field line. So the count evens up at 2 balls and 2 strikes on Bryce Berkey. Oilers have bases loaded. There's 2 outs here in the bottom of the second inning. The count is 2-2, so lots of 2s there. Hayes looks in for the sign and comes set. The 2-2 pitch. Ground ball hit to second base. Zuleika had it with a throw over to first, and that's it. A 4-3 out to end the inning. For the Oilers in the top of the second, no runs on 1 hit, no errors, 3 runners left on base. As the Chinooks come to bat, there is no score in this game.
number 15, Jaden Hill.
Welcome back to downtown Chugiak, Alaska, ladies and gentlemen. We are going to the bottom of the second inning. There is no score in this game. Oilers had the bases loaded in their half of the second, but were unable to score. So we're leading off this with center fielder Jaden Hill. Jaden fouls the first pitch off down the left field line. So the count goes to 0-1.
The official water sponsor of the Chinooks.
Jaden's batting .267 for this summer. He has 5 RBIs and 13 runs scored. I believe unofficially that's the team lead. The next pitch from Sasaki misses outside for ball 1. 1 ball and 1 strike. Sasaki, 5'7", 160 out of Long Beach City College. Short for a college pitcher, but he's thrown well. That ball is hit deep into left center field. The center fielder over for the Oilers and makes the catch. So that's the first out of the inning. It's an F8 if you're keeping a scorecard at home. That'll bring up the number 5 hitter, the designated hitter, number 17, R.J. Rickabaugh. RJ, typically a catcher, but hitting DH today, makes a cross in the ground with his bat before stepping into the box. Hitting from the left side of the plate, as Jaden Hill did. Rickabaugh is hitting 190 on the season, but he has 11 RBI, so he has put the ball into play and gotten his hits in clutch situations. He takes the first pitch for a strike. No balls and 1 strike. Sasaki throwing a pretty good breaking ball today, and the next pitch is a breaking ball, fouled right back at us here in the press box. Runs the count to no balls and 2 strikes. Rickabaugh with a squared stance, and the delivery from Sasaki misses outside for a ball. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Oilers playing straight away. Center fielder playing pretty deep. Yesterday's game, man, the Bucks outfielders were playing shallow, very shallow, especially the right fielder. Delivery from Sasaki. Ball hit down the left field line, but foul and not playable for the left fielder, so the count remains at 1 ball and 2 strikes on R.J. Rickabaugh. A nice gesture by the Oilers left fielder, throwing the foul ball over the fence into the crowd for a group of kids that are down there hoping for a foul ball. So one of them got their wish. And the delivery by Sasaki, ground ball hit to the left side. Oilers third baseman up with it with a strong throw to first, and there's the first out. I'm sorry, there's the second out. That is a 5-3 if you're keeping score. Solid textbook play by the Oilers third baseman Ty Thomas on that. That'll bring to the plate the third baseman for the Chinooks, number 10, David Broughton. David is hitting 125 this summer with 4 RBIs. He's a right-handed hitter and takes the first pitch for strike 1. Coaching third base for the Chinooks is the skipper, Tim Cole, and coaching first base, assistant coach Ted McGovern. Second pitch to Broughton is a ball low. Count goes to 1 ball and 1 strike. Broughton with a squared away stance, his right foot pretty much on that back line, if not out of the box, but umpires just don't call that. The third pitch to him misses for a ball, 2 balls and 1 strike. So Broughton ahead in the count here. Sasaki again pitching from the stretch with no one on base. Kicks and delivers. And there's a base hit up the middle. Broughton hit that ball solid, takes the turn at first, and he'll stay there. So the Chinooks have their first hit of the game, a single by David Broughton. They have a runner on first with 2 outs here in the bottom of the second. That'll bring up the left fielder, Keaton Laidley, number 23. Laidley, a left-handed hitter, is hitting 194 on the season. He has 4 runs batted in. So the Chinooks have their first base hit and their first base runner. Oilers pitcher Sasaki comes to the stretch, takes a look at first and delivers home, misses inside for ball 1. Let's take a look down at first base and see what kind of lead David Broughton has. He's got a pretty decent lead. Got a little momentum, swaying side to side, doesn't go. pitch home is fouled back to the backstop. 1 ball, 1 strike on Keaton Laidley. A happy birthday message put out to a couple young girls in the audience today, and also to AIA's female soccer director, Quinn Besna. Thank you, Quinn. Quinn is a fantastic young lady, does a lot of photography for the Chinooks, spending her summer in Alaska with baseball, even though she's a soccer person. That pitch is fouled off down the first base line for strike 2. So the count goes to 1 ball and 2 strikes to Chinooks left fielder Keaton Laidley. David Broughton on first. He singled. A nice base hit up the middle. He's got a pretty sizable lead, and Sasaki throws over to first. David back in plenty of time. No real play there. Broughton with the lead. Sasaki looks over. Comes home with the pitch. And there's a ground ball to first base. The Oilers' first baseman, Zachary Ferris, fields it and takes the out himself. So it's a 3-U for the third out of the inning. The Chinooks are on the board with their first hit, but they don't score any runs. There were no errors. 1 runner left on base. At the end of 1 complete, it's Oilers 0, Chinooks 0.
We will see you at the crossing.
Turn them up, please. Welcome back to Lee Jordan Field at Loretta French Park in the heart of Chugiak, Alaska. Chinooks fans, after 2 complete innings, we have no score. Chinooks got their first base hit in the bottom of the second inning on a single by David Broughton. But the Oilers are now at the plate, and that'll bring up their leadoff hitter, second baseman, number 3, Max Rothwerg. Rothwerg, whose name I have a difficult time pronouncing consistently, takes the first pitch for a ball. 1 ball, no strikes. Rothwerg is hitting .349 on the season with 8 runs and 7 stolen bases. The delivery by Jacob Hayes misses outside for ball 2. This again is Hayes' first start. He's made 5 appearances prior to tonight, but all of them in relief. He's only had a total before tonight of 6 2/3 innings pitched. He misses with that pitch low, and the count is 3-0. So Hayes behind in the count to the Oilers' leadoff hitter. Chinooks playing straight away. The delivery by Hayes misses for ball 4. So there's a walk for the Oilers. The first walk given up by Hayes.
Coming to the plate for the Oilers,
although he has hit 2 batters. So, Oilers have a runner on first in Max Rothwerg. And with no outs and a runner on first, their number 2 hitter, the shortstop Cole Dawson, comes to the plate. He squares the bunt and does put the bunt down. Hayes picks it up and throws to first for the out. So that puts Rothwerg over to second base, and a 1-3 out on that bunt attempt by Cole Dawson. With 1 out, that brings up their third hitter, their number 3 hitter, center fielder, number 25, Colin Robson, hitting .312 on the season. Oilers with a runner on second base and no outs. First pitch misses for a ball. 1 ball and no strikes. Hayes looks in for the sign. Degenhart, the shortstop, keeping the runner close. Hayes looks the second, comes home with it, and it's not a bad pitch. Bounced just behind the plate. The Chinooks catcher hangs on to the ball. Nice job there by Dusty Eisenagel, but that runs the count to 2 balls and no strikes. 2-0 on Colin Robson. Hayes looking at second. Coming home. And that ball is hit hard down the right field line, but it hits the foul pole. Hits the foul pole for a home run. That's a 2-run homer for the Oilers. And in all my years here, that is the first time I have seen a ball hit the foul pole. We only had them installed, 2 seasons ago, but it was either going to be a long foul ball on the strike or a home run, and it's unfortunately a 2-run homer. So Rothwarg scores. It's a home run for Robson. 2 RBIs for him, and it's a 2-0 lead by the Oilers. That brings up, with 1 out and no one on, the third baseman for the Oilers, Ty Thomas. He hit that ball hard, folks. It was just a matter whether it was going to be fair or foul. Hayes misses the first pitch to Thomas with a curveball. 1 ball, no strikes. Hayes looks in and delivers and misses outside and high for ball 2. 2-0 is the count, and he's behind on this hitter quickly as well. That's Dusty Eisenagel, the catcher, running out to talk to his pitcher now. Calm him down after that home run and going behind in the count on the next hitter. So Dusty trying to calm his pitcher down. Coming back behind the plate. The Crossing Church sponsoring tonight's game. And it's a pretty good crowd here for Monday night. Hayes looks in with no one on base and delivers. The ball is fouled back for strike 1. 2 balls and 1 strike. Pastor Brad Rude over at the Crossing has been a big supporter. He has hosted players before in the past, and he always allows the Chinooks to use their facility for discipleship. And Hayes throws a nice curveball that catches the inside corner for strike 2. 2 balls and 2 strikes. And he allows the Chinooks to go over there preseason and sign up Booster Club members and interested parties who want to be sponsors as well. That curveball is high for a ball. 3 balls and 2 strikes on the number 4 hitter, Ty Thomas. As I mentioned at the outset, Thomas only hitting 194, but he scored 11 runs and driven in 10 on the season before today's game. Hayes with the delivery. Just misses outside. That'll be a walk. And Thomas goes down to first base with 1 out and a runner on first. The Oilers hitter will be designated hitter number 26, Cody New. New, a left-handed hitter, steps into the box, hitting .278 on the summer. Hayes delivers home and misses outside for ball 1. Thomas with not much of a lead on that first pitch. Let's take a look down there and see what he does on subsequent pitches. He's got a decent lead, but nothing that looks too threatening. Hayes glances over there and comes home with a pitch. That ball is hit up in the air, but foul behind his home plate. And the count evens up at 1 ball and 1 strike. We're in the top of the 3rd inning here at Lee Jordan Field at Loretta French Park. And the Oilers have jumped out to a 2-0 lead on a 2-run homer. The delivery by Hayes, a curveball outside, and that ball is fouled off down the left field line. So now Hayes ahead in the count, 1 ball and 2 strikes. New close in on the plate with the stance, a closed stance and very close to the plate. The runner breaks from first, Throw down to second is high and gets away from the middle infielders to the outfield. Jaden Hill comes in from center field to get the ball. The runner did not advance, so mark it as a stolen base for Ty Thomas. He had a pretty good jump on that. The throw from Eisenago was high and not playable by Degenhardt covering from short. So the Oilers now have a runner on second base with 1 out, and the count 2 balls and 2 strikes to Cody New. Hayes looks at the runner at second, and there's a swing and a miss for a strikeout and out number 2 of the inning. Hayes had the batter chasing that pitch. Now batting for the Oilers, the catcher, number 16, Andres Matat. His first time up, he grounded out to short. There are 2 outs here with a runner on second base for the Oilers. Hayes looks in for the sign and delivers home. An off-speed pitch that just misses somewhere. 1 ball, no strikes. Still cloudy. Hoping the sun will break through here. It was really hot an hour or so, hour and a half ago. Hayes' second pitch is a strike. 1 ball, 1 strike. That was a nice breaking ball. Temperature in the low 60s. No wind at all out there. Hayes looks in to Matat and delivers the pitch. It just misses for ball 2. 2 balls and 1 strike. Looking at the Chinooks defense, Jordan Jaffe over at first base off the bag considerably. He's a good 25 feet off first base. And the delivery misses low for ball 3. So the count runs to 3 balls and 1 strike on the Oilers catcher Matat. Oilers have a runner on second with 2 outs here in the top of the 3rd. Hayes looks in for the sign, comes set, and delivers. That ball misses for ball 4. That's a walk to Matat. So there's 2 down here in the top of the 3rd inning. Oilers have runners on first and second, and that'll bring out Chinooks pitching coach Kyle Peets. Kyle taking his time walking out there, giving Jacob some rest. Jacob has, as we mentioned at the start, only pitched a 6 2/3 inning prior to today's start, and he's already in the 3rd inning. His pitch count right now is at 57. So that is, I'm going to guess, to make an educated guess, that's the most pitches he's thrown so far this summer. Here comes the umpire as expected, coming out to the mound to hurry up the discussion. He doesn't seem to be saying anything to Kyle, and Kyle doesn't seem to really care that the umpire is there, to be quite honest with you. But the discussion now ends. Coach Peets going back to the dugout. Dusty Eisenago back behind the plate as the umpire. And we are back ready to play baseball. The batter for the Oilers is first baseman Zachary Ferris, number 30, a left-handed hitter with runners on first and second and 2 down. The pitch from Hayes misses outside for a ball. 1-0. Ferris with an open stance, and the bat fairly perpendicular to the deck. Hayes looks at the runner from the stretch, looks at the runner on second and delivers home and misses outside again, so the count runs to 2 balls and no strikes. Looks like Gavin Alvetti for the Chinooks starting to get warm down in the Chinooks bullpen. That ball is hit up in the air in the infield, and Jordan Jaffe has it for an out. That's the 3rd out of the inning. Mark that as a P3. The Oilers come up with 2 runs on 1 hit. No errors and 2 runners left on base at the end of 2.5 innings. It is Oilers 2, Chinooks 0.
Welcome, and Gavin Elvetti.
Welcome back, Chinook fans. We are here at Lee Jordan Field at Loretta French Park in the heart of Chugach, Alaska. And the Chinooks have fallen behind 2-0 on a 2-run homer by the Oilers in their half of the third inning. So we're at the bottom of the third, score 2-0. The batter for the Chinooks to lead off the third is Sam Kwapnoski, playing right field today, wearing jersey number 22. The first pitch to Sam misses low and inside for ball one. Kwapnoski hitting 135 so far this summer. I'm sure you'd like to see that average come up, and so would we like to see him get a base hit and bring that average up. The second pitch to him is a curveball, hits the outside corner for a strike. 1 strike on Sam. And the delivery from Sasaki misses for ball two. 2 strike. Sam Kwapnoski is his housing provided this summer by the Heedle family. Bruce and Mike Heedle, longtime supporters of the Chinooks since they moved down to Chugach from Fairbanks. And there's a ground ball hit through the hole on the right side. That's a base hit for Sam. So a single to start the inning. We've got a runner on first base. With Kwapnoski on first, the batter will be catcher Dusty Eisenagel. Eisenagel wearing uniform number 4, hitting .316, which leads the Chinooks. He hits from the right side of the plate. This is his first at-bat of the game. Oilers defense playing him straight away. And Kwapnoski, with not much of a lead right now on first, takes a good secondary, hopping off there as Sasaki comes to the plate. Sasaki misses with the first pitch, and its count goes to 1 ball and no strikes. Eisenagel, one of 3 Chinooks who gave their testimony yesterday at Community Covenant Church on Chinooks Sunday there, and he spoke very well. Sasaki's next pitch misses inside for ball 2. Deanna Broughton, I'm assuming Dave's mom, checking in and says, thanks for the coverage. Let's go Chinooks. Thank you, Deanna, for checking in. Eisenagel fouls that pitch off for a strike. Count goes to 2 balls and 1 strike. Mrs. Broughton was up here visiting a week ago or so. And so far we've had, I think, a record number of parents and family members of players coming up to visit, and I'd love to see that. The 2-1 pitch to, a soft line drive up the middle. Second baseman has it, steps on second, throws to first for a double play. Wow, so that's a 4-3 double play. Kwapnoski out going to first. Eisenagel out on the, Kwapnoski out going to second. Eisenagel out going to first. 2 down with no one on. That brings our leadoff hitter, shortstop number 9, Oliver Degenhart. Degenhart with a 250 average, his first time up tonight. He grounded out to shortstop. The first pitch to him is a strike. So the count is 0-1. Degenhart with a very open stance. As the pitch comes, he closes it, and he hits a line drive through the gap between third and short for a base hit. So the Chinooks' second hit of the inning, third hit of the night, puts Degenhart on first with 2 outs. And that'll bring up the second baseman, number 16, Louis Zuleika.
Number 16, Louis Zuleika.
Chinooks with 2 strong base hits this inning. But with only a runner on first, as we had a double play erase the initial single by Sam Kwapnowski. Degenhart with a good lead at first, takes a good secondary, and the pitch is up high for ball 1. One ball and no strikes on Zuleika. He takes a look at his bat, takes a deep breath, and steps into the box. Zuleika also with an open stance like Degenhart, hitting from the right side. The delivery, he moves that front foot in as the pitch is delivered. That pitch misses for ball 2. 2 balls and no strikes. Two-0 on Louis Zuleika, hitting .263 on the season. Sasaki comes set in the stretch, looks, throws over to first. Had Degenhart leaning the wrong way, but Oliver was able to get back in time. Count still 2 balls and no strikes on Louis Zuleika. Sasaki coming set and delivers. That ball was a little high, but the umpire liked it enough to call it a strike. So 2 balls and 1 strike on Louis Zuleika. 2 down here in the bottom of the 3rd inning. Runner on first base. A very comfortable evening with no wind, even though there's no sun out. Pitch is a curveball that comes right across the plate for strike 2. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Degenhart faked a steal of second. Looked like he was going there, but only took a few steps and came back. Enough that good enough fake that I almost said he's going. 2-2 count to Louis Zuleika with a runner on first. Sasaki, the pitcher, looks in and delivers. There's a foul ball hit down the right field line, out of play. So the count remains at 2 balls and 2 strikes. No runs, 3 hits, and no errors for the Chinooks. Runner on second. Sasaki comes set and delivers. Degenhart takes off down to second, and that's a stolen base.
And that stolen base brought to you by the Painting Shack, putting a new smile on your old house.
The pitch was a ball, so the count goes to full. Degenhart with a stolen base. Now on second base with 2 outs. The Painting Shack sponsors all our stolen bases here at Lee Jordan Field, so they get their shout out for a Chinook stolen base. Shortstop playing deep with the right-hander up. Second baseman close to the bag, trying to keep Degenhart honest. The full count pitch, a line drive to short, and that's an out. Shortstop caught it, so that's an L6 to end the inning. As the 3rd out made by the shortstop, the Chinooks come up with no runs on 1 hit, no errors, 1 runner left on base. At the end of 3 complete, it is Oilers 2, Chinooks 0. All right, welcome back. Welcome back, Chinooks fans. We are going to the top of the fourth inning. The Chinooks behind 2-0. And the Oilers' first batter of the inning is right fielder Cole Wilson. He takes the first pitch over his head for ball one. 1 ball, no strikes is the count. Wilson hitting 143. He was hit by a pitch his first time up. Jacob Hayes throws a sweeping curveball that misses just inside for ball 2. Wilson hit by a pitch but did not score in the second inning. And the delivery by Hayes. Swing and a foul ball hit down the right field line and out of play, so the count goes to 2 balls and 1 strike. Jordan Jaffe playing off the bag again at a medium depth, actually fairly shallow depth. He's almost even with the bag. That pitch from Hayes misses for ball 3. 3 balls and 1 strike. Broughton over at third, playing normal depth, creeping in a little bit. Oh, and Hayes may have held on to that ball a little too long. It only went about 57 feet and outside, but that's ball 4. So Wilson walks his second.
Now batting for the Oilers, number 8, Bryce Berkey.
Second time he's been on base today, a hit batter and a base on balls. So the Oilers now have a runner on first base with no outs, and the batter is left fielder number 8, Bryce Berkey. Berkey hitting 171 so far in the season. He grounded out to second base in the second inning tonight. Hayes looks home and delivers. Batter squares around a bunt, and the pitch is called a strike. Eisenagel jumped out, caught that pitch, and really jumped out quick, looking down to first base, see if there was a play. There wasn't, but Hayes got the strike call, so no balls and 1 strike on Berkey. Hayes throws over to first. Runner goes back in standing up. I hear Ray Brady, Chinooks Booster Club board member. Ground ball hit in the hole to first between past the diving George Jaffe. Runner goes around second, throw into third base, and he is called safe. It was a close play at third. Right fielder Kwapnowski came up throwing, throws all the way across the diamond to third base, and it looked pretty darn close, but the home plate umpire running out there to make the call calls him safe. So that is a single by Berkey, a first to third advance by Wilson, and the Oilers now have first and third with no outs. That'll bring out Chinook skipper Tim Cole, and when that happens, that usually means a pitching change. So I'm going to go silent here while the Chinooks make a pitching change, and we'll come back to you in a couple minutes and pick up the game. All right, welcome back, Chinooks fans. We have a new pitcher for the Chinooks. This will be Gavin Alvetti, number 31 in your scorebook. Alvetti, a right-hander, 6'0", 180, out of the University of Central Arkansas. He's had 6 appearances so far this season. He's given up 4 runs, all of them earned. He has a 3.27 earned run average. Not bad. He's pitched a total of 11 innings. His first pitch is a ground ball to short. They're going to try for 2, 6-4 to 3, and we get the double play, but a run scores on it. So Cole Wilson comes to score. That'll be the 3rd run for the Oilers. Bryce Berkey is cut down on the 6-4, and the 4-3 gets the Oilers batter Max Warfberg for the 2nd out of the inning. So there's 2 down here. Cole Dawson, the hitter for the Oilers, takes outside for ball 1. Alvetti with a sidearm, almost submarine motion. He's a right-handed pitcher. And the next pitch is in for a strike. So the count goes to 1 ball, 1 strike on Cole Dawson here in the top of the 4th inning. Oilers lead 3-0. That pitch misses outside for a ball. 2 balls, 1 strike. Alvetti set and delivers. Swing and a miss for strike 2. Gavin Alvetti, one of the other speakers on Sunday at Community Covenant's Chinook Sunday, spoke very well and very openly. Delivery, ground ball hit to 3rd. Hits David Broughton right in the glove, and he couldn't hold on to it, so I'm going to have to score that an error. E5 on David Broughton, the 3rd baseman. That advances Cole Dawson to 1st. The Oilers now have a runner on 1st with 2 outs here in the top of the 4th inning as they bring up their number 3 hitter, the center fielder, number 25, Colin Robson. Robson came into the game hitting over 300. He's also the Oiler batter who hit the home run down the right field line, striking the foul pole in the 3rd inning. The delivery, he hits this one hard, right to the 2nd baseman, over to short for the out, so score that a 4-6 for the 3rd out of the inning. The Oilers, however, come up with a run on 1 hit. No Chinook errors. No runners left on base. At the end, there was 1 error. So 1 run on 1 hit, 1 error. No runners left on base. As we go to the bottom of the 4th, it is Oilers 3, Chinooks 0. Turn me on. All right, we are back here at Chinooks Baseball. Welcome to Chugiak, Alaska. We are going to the bottom of the 4th inning as the Chinooks come up to the plate down 3-0. That'll bring up Jordan Jaffe, the 1st baseman, wearing number 12. And the delivery by Sasaki, the Oilers' starting pitcher. That pitch is fouled off by Jaffe, and it looks like it hit the umpire in the face mask, but he seemed to be okay. Count goes to 0 ball and 1 strike. Line score 3-3-0 for the Oilers, 0-3-1 for the Chinooks. Ground ball hit to the second baseman. Oilers second baseman Rothberg up with it and makes the play at first. That'll be the first out of the inning. It's a 4-3 if you're keeping a scorecard. With one out in the bottom of the fourth inning, that'll bring up for the Chinooks the center fielder, number 15, Jaden Hill. Jaden 0 for 1 on the night. He flew out to center in the second inning. He's hitting .267 with 5 RBIs and 13 runs scored. Hit from the left side of the plate. He hits this ball hard right at the shortstop for an L6, and that's the second out of the inning. Nice piece of hitting, actually, by Jaden Hill there. Just that the shortstop hardly had to move. Made a slight leap, but pretty easy out for him. That'll bring up the designated hitter for the Chinooks, number 17, R.J. Rickabaugh. R.J. grounded out to third base his first time at bat in the second inning. Hitting from the left side. R.J. has a closed stance. It stands fairly close to the plate. The first pitch from Sasaki misses for ball 1. Oilers playing straight away, and the center fielder fairly deep on R.J. That pitch misses outside for ball 2. 2 balls and no strikes on R.J. Sasaki from the stretch. Pitches inside and low for ball 3. So, RJ ahead in the count, 3 balls and no strikes. Sasaki delivers and misses for ball 4. RJ is on with a walk.
Sponsored by Carlson Law Group.
Carlson Law Group sponsors the Chinooks Walks and gets that shout out for the PA announcer Dave Stroh. Dave Stroh as R.J. Rickabaugh draws a walk and goes down to first base. That'll bring up third baseman, number 10, David Broughton. Broughton singled his first time at bat, and he fouls the first pitch off behind home plate for strike 1.
Foul ball sponsored by AFL-CIO Laborers Local 341.
All right, so the Chinooks fans starting their yay and for the sponsors who get foul ball shout-outs, one of my favorite traditions here at Lee Jordan Field. The 0-1 pitch is hit in the air to short right center field. Second baseman back, hits his glove and bounces off, so we've got a runner on first. And third is Rickabaugh hustling on the play, goes all the way over to third. Broughton on first. That'll be an error on the second baseman. That'll be an error on the second baseman. It was a tough play for him, but it was right in his glove and bounced out. So I can't see any other way of making that call. 2 down here in the bottom of the fourth. First and third for the Chinooks. The batter will now be left fielder, number 23, Keaton Laidley. Keaton grounded out to first base to end the second inning, so he's 0 for 1 on the night. Left-hander steps in, closed stance, holds the bat very gently up at a slight angle, and swings and misses for strike 1. Rickabaugh on third, Broughton on first. Let's see what kind of lead Broughton takes. Pretty comfortable, Leo. He stretches out a bit. His secondary is good. Oh, throw down to third after the pitch, and they get Rickabaugh. It was a very close play, and if I had my druthers, I would disagree with the umpire, but the umpire's opinion counts, and so the catcher comes up with the ball right after the pitch, throws down, seeing Rickabaugh off third, and that'll be a 2-5 to end that inning. For the Chinooks, in the bottom of the fourth, no runs on no hits, no errors, 1 runner left on base. At the end of 4 complete innings, it's Oilers 3, Chinooks 0. Welcome back to Lee Jordan Field in the heart of Anchorage, Alaska. As we go to the top of the 5th inning, the Chinooks are behind to the Oilers 3-0. That'll bring up the third baseman for the Oilers, number 20, Ty Thomas. First pitch to Thomas is a strike, a nice pitch there by Gavin Alvetti. I'm joined in the booth here by Clayton Jackson, who will be your play-by-play announcer when I go out of town, and Jonathan Thomas, who is running the scoreboard, who was keeping the official score today, and we put our heads together and called an error on the second baseman last inning. There's a ground ball hit up the middle. It's a nice stop and a throw to first. A beautiful play by Louis Zalaika, diving to his right up the middle. Gets up, makes the throw over to Jordan Jaffe at first for the first out. Mark that a 4-3 first out of the inning. And that'll bring up designated hitter Cody New. I thought that ball was getting through, but Zalaika came up with a really nice play on that, diving to his right and making the throw to get the batter. First pitch to New is fouled back for strike one. Gavin Alvetti, the pitcher for the Chinooks, in relief of Jacob Hayes. He delivers a strike, so the count, no balls and 2 strikes on Cody New. The delivery, swing and a miss for strike 3. So that's the 5th strikeout for the Oilers, 5th strikeout for Chinooks pitching tonight, and it's out number 2 here in the top of the 5th inning. That'll bring up the catcher for the Oilers, number 16, Andres Matat. He is 0 for 1. He grounded out to short in the 2nd inning and walked in the 3rd. The first pitch to Matat misses for ball 1. 1 ball and no strikes. And the 1-0. A swing and a miss for strike 1. 1 ball, 1 strike. Gavin Alvetti, the pitcher, comes set. Sidearm delivery. Swing and a foul ball down the left field line for strike 2. 1 ball and 2 strikes on Andres Matat. The 1 ball, 2 strike pitch, and it's a swing and a miss. No, it was a foul tip, not hung on to by the catcher, Eisenagel, so the count remains at 1 ball and 2 strikes. Matat just hanging in there, just barely getting a piece of that pitch. Alvetti looks in from the stretch, and that ball is fouled off. Good defensive swing there by Andres Matat. Pitch was too close to take with 2 strikes on him, and he got a little piece of it to stay alive. Matat with a closed stance, waving the bat around a little. And the delivery. That ball is fouled back. So a good battle going on here between Gavin Alvetti on the hill and Andres Matat at the plate. That's 3 foul balls after 2 strikes. Count remains 1-2, and there's a swing and a miss for strike 3. I think he might have tipped that ball, but Eisenagel hung on to it for the 3rd out. It's a 1-2-3 inning. No runs, no hits, no errors. No runners left on base for the Oilers in the 5th inning. The score remains Oilers 3, Chinooks 0. All right, welcome back, Chinooks fans. We are here in the bottom of the 5th inning with the Chinooks coming to the plate down 3 runs. Oilers 3, Chinooks 0. Leading off the bottom of the 5th inning for the Chinooks will be the left fielder, number 23, Keaton Laidley. Keaton grounded out to first base his first time at bat in the 2nd inning. And he takes the first pitch in the dirt for ball 1. Max Sasaki, the Oiler pitcher, the starting pitcher, coming into the 5th. If they hang on, he would be the winning pitcher, but let's see if the Chinooks could get some runs on the board and change that fact. Next pitch is high and outside for ball 2. 2-0 on Laidley. Sasaki from the stretch comes, sets, and delivers, and that ball is right over the plate for strike 1. 2 balls and 1 strike to Keaton Laidley. Laidley with a closed stance up in the box and takes the next pitch for a strike. 2 balls and 2 strikes on Keaton. Oilers defense playing straight away, second baseman on the grass. And there's a ground ball hit to short. Oilers shortstop up with it with a strong throw over to first, and they get the Keaton at first. That's a 6-3 to start the inning. There's 1 out here in the bottom of the 5th. That'll bring up the right fielder, number 22, Sam Kwapnoski. Kwapnoski singled in the 2nd inning, but was erased in the double play on Dustin Eisenago. So, with no outs and no one on, with 1 out and no one on base, Kwapnoski takes the first pitch for ball 1. Sasaki delivers, and Sam swings and misses for strike 1. First baseman playing very deep, second baseman on the grass. The third baseman with the left-handed Kwapnoski off the bag considerably, probably a good 25 feet to the right of third. That's a strike called on Sam, and the count runs to 1 ball and 2 strikes. Sasaki sets and delivers. There's a ball hit down the left field line, but foul. Ooh, it almost takes out a Chinook sitting in the bullpen. Came within inches, but he gives the thumbs up. I'm not sure who that is out there, but he gave thumbs up saying he's okay. But it'll also be, count remains, at 1 ball and 2 strikes on Sam Kwapnoski. As we are here in the bottom of the 5th, 1 out for the Chinooks. No one on base. Curveball by Sasaki misses. It hit Kwapnoski evidently. I didn't see where it hit him, but that's a hit batter. Kwapnoski on base. It also got the Oilers catcher, Andres Matat. Matat is smarting. He's umpire giving him a little bit of time as he's he got him somewhere. I'm not sure if he got him in the leg or what, but Matat is feeling that. Nevertheless, there's 1 out here with a runner on base in the bottom of the 5th inning. That runner being Sam Kwapnoski as catcher Dusty Eisenago comes up. He hit a double play. Eisenago turns the bunt and pops it straight up. The catcher alertly, Matat, even with the injury, catches that ball very alertly with his back towards the pitcher for out number 1. So mark that as a P2 on Eisenago. That's the 2nd out of the inning. Matat threw the ball down to first base after making that, but Kwapnoski was back into first safely. That brings up the leadoff hitter, Oliver Degenhart, playing shortstop today. Sasaki looks and delivers. That ball is high for ball 1. 1-0 on Oliver Degenhart. He is 1 for 2 tonight. He grounded out to short in the 1st and singled in the 3rd. That second pitch is high and inside for ball 2. 2 balls and no strikes on Oliver. So Sam Kwapnowski on first base has been on base twice today, a single and a hit by pitch. See what kind of lead Sam has over there. Pretty decent lead. Takes a small secondary, and the pitch to Dagenhart is a strike. 2 balls and 1 strike on Oliver. The 2-1 pitch from Sasaki is right over the plate for strike 2. I think Oliver would like to have that pitch back and take a hack at it. So 2 balls, 2 strikes here with 2 outs in the bottom of the 5th inning. Runner on first base. Kwapnowski on first. The delivery home. There's a ground ball hit to second base. Oilers second baseman up with it. Throw over to first, and that's the 3rd out of the inning. Mark that as a 4-3 if you're keeping a scorecard. For the Chinooks, in the bottom of the 5th inning, no runs on no hits, no errors, 1 runner left on base. After 5 complete innings, it is Oilers 3, Chinooks 0.
Here is your red ticket winning number.
Hey, welcome back, Chinooks fans, to the heart of Chugiak, Alaska. Chinooks are down 3-0 here as we go to the top of the 6th inning. On the hill for the Chinooks is Gavin Alvetti, who came in relief of Jacob Hayes. His first pitch to Zachary Ferris, the Oilers' first baseman, is a called strike. Ferris 0 for 2 so far in the night. He is struck out and popped up to first. Second pitch to him is also a strike, so the count goes to 0-2. Ferris, a left-handed batter with a fairly open stance, bat perpendicular to the ground. Takes the next pitch for ball 1, 1-2.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're looking for 5-year-old Cooper. He's wandered away from his folks here in the park. 5-year-old Cooper, he's wearing a blue shirt. If you can help us, we'd appreciate it. His mom
So we've got a youngster,
5-year-old Cooper.
a 5-year-old who's missing. He's
And
kind of
Cooper, if
wandered
you can hear us,
off
look for your mom.
at
She's
Lee
looking
Jordan
for
Field
you.
here. I'm sure his parents are in a bit of a panic as PA announcer Dave Stroh just announces that. The pitch to Ferris was a foul ball, so the count remains at 1 ball and 2 strikes. Gavin Alvetti delivers. That pitch is outside for ball 2. 2-2 is the count on Zachary Ferris. Alvetti making his 7th appearance of the year. He pitched 11 innings total before this, and that pitch is fouled off by Ferris. So the count remains at 2 balls, 2 strikes, and he's already fouled off 2 pitches after 2 strikes. Making Gavin work. And the delivery. Ground ball hit to second base. Flip over to first by Louis Zalaika. An easy play for a 4-3 first out of the inning. And there's 1 out. That'll bring up the right fielder for the Oilers, number 24, Cole Wilson.
For 5-year-old Cooper, he wandered away from his mom as she was loading the car here in the ballpark in Loretta French Park. So if you see Cooper, he's 5 years old. He's got a blue shirt on. Help us find him if you will. We appreciate that. Thank you so much.
1 out here in the top of the 6th inning. Cole Wilson, the batter. Gavin Alvetti on the hill. Wilson was hit by pitch, and he hits this ball hard and into left field. It is off the wall, right at the top of the wall. He's heading into second, and the throw will not beat him. It is a stand-up double. He thought that ball was out. I wasn't watching him. I was watching the ball, whether it was going to go out or not. I got a feeling that Wilson was in his home run trot because he was barely around first base by the time left fielder Keaton Lately got his hands on the ball. Don't assume, folks. Got to run them out hard. But the Oilers now have a runner on second base with one out here in the top of the sixth inning. That'll bring up the left fielder Bryce Berkey, number 8, also a left-handed hitter. Delivery by Alvetti is a called strike. So we're sure hoping that 5-year-old Cooper shows up here. His mother must be in a panic. No balls and 1 strike on Bryce Berkey. The delivery, ground ball back to Alvetti. He throws it to second. He got the runner. Degenhart covering from short, and that was a dangerous play there by Alvetti, but he got the lead runner. Degenhart making the tag, and that'll be the first out of the inning. Second out of the inning. Mark that as a 1-6. So there's only a runner on first base now. And throw over to first. Oh, thought we had him picked off there. Thought we had him picked. So did Chinooks pitching coach Kyle Peets. He was out of the dugout. Max Rothwerk bunts down the first. Alvetti takes it, throws it to first for the third out of the inning. Score that as a 1-3 on Rothwerk, and the third out of the inning. No runs on 1 hit, no errors, 1 runner left on base. At the end of 5.5 innings, it's Oilers 3, Chinooks 0. Welcome back to Lee Jordan Field in Loretta French Park in the heart of Chugiak, Alaska. We have good news. The 5-year-old that was missing has been found, and so Cooper's mom is very relieved, and Cooper's probably in a heap of trouble right now, but I'm sure his mom is very happy to have him back. We have a pitching change, folks. The Oilers have brought in number 17, Ryan Hughes, a right-handed pitcher, a sophomore out of the University of Toledo, to face the Chinooks here in the bottom of the 6th inning. And the Chinooks will lead off the 6th with Louis Zulaika. the second baseman. Boy, a couple of good plays by Gavin Alvetti in defensively to end that inning there. Zuleika takes the first pitch for a called strike, 0-1. And the delivery, the ground ball hit through the hole between third and short. So that's a single by Zuleika to start off the bottom of the sixth inning. Chinooks have a runner on first. Oilers' third baseman made a nice attempt at diving at that ball. Ty Thomas is the Oilers' third baseman. Made a nice attempt, but just couldn't quite get there. I think it touched his glove. So, runner on first base, no outs. Chinooks hitter is Jordan Jaffe. First pitch to Jordan, low and outside for ball one. Jaffe 0 for 2 on the night. He has flown out to center and grounded out to second base. Zuleika with the lead at first. And the Chinooks are down 3-0 here in the bottom of the sixth. The delivery is in for a strike. So 1 ball, 1 strike on Jordan Jaffe. Chinooks first baseman tonight. He's hitting .239 on the season prior to this evening. That's dropped a bit since he's 0 for 2. See if he can do something about that here. Next pitch is outside for a ball. 2 balls and 1 strike. Zuleika on first. Pretty decent lead. Jaffe at the plate. And the delivery. Their ball is hit hard in the air to left center field, going back. And that's off the wall. And here comes around third and into home. Zuleika gets nailed coming into home on a relay play. It was a close play, but he was out. Folks, I thought that ball was gone. It hit at the very top of the fence. It was hard to see because it hit off a white banner out there. I was ready to call it a home run. Jaffe got all of that, but he's going to have to settle for a double. We got a runner on second. Zuleika was caught coming home. Tried to score on that play. It was a bang-bang play at the plate. I think it was the right call by third base coach Tim Cole. But there's 1 out now. And that brings up Jaden Hill, the center fielder. Jaden is 0 for 2 tonight. He's flown out to center and lined out to short. So, Jaffe on second. Jaden Hill at the plate. And a swing and a miss. Count even up at 1 ball and 1 strike. Ryan Hughes is the pitcher for the Oilers. 2 hits to start the inning, but nothing to show for it run-wise yet. Hughes looks over at second. Delivers home. Jaden held up his swing on that. No appeal made down to third, so it'll be ball 2. 2 balls and 1 strike. Jaffe, the runner on second. Hughes comes stretch, takes a look at Jaffe. And the next pitch, a big swing and a miss by Jaden. Jaden went down on his back knee as he swung at that pitch. And the count is now even up at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Hughes looking in for the sign. Right arm dangling down with the ball in it. Shakes off, uses his right hand with the ball in it to shake off the catcher. And timeout called as Jaden Hill steps out of the box. Good move by Jaden to break it up. Oilers pitcher Hughes looks in for the sign. Comes set in the stretch. Looks over at Jaffe on second. And it's a swing and a miss and a strikeout by Jaden Hill. So there's 2 down now after that strikeout. That, by the way, is the first strikeout for the Chinooks tonight.
Now batting for your Chinooks, number 17, R.J. Riggenbach.
Coming to the plate now, designated hitter number 17, R.J. Riggenbach. Chinooks have a runner in scoring position. Jaffe on second base with with 2 outs, no one behind him. R.J. Rickenbaugh at the plate. R.J. is 0 for 1 tonight, a ground out to third and a walk. The delivery misses low and away for ball 1. One ball, no strikes to R.J. Rickenbaugh. Hughes checks the runner at second and delivers home. R.J. holds up his swing, but it is called a strike. I don't know. Umpire and R.J. had a brief conversation there, a pleasant one. R.J. nodded his head, so don't know if he had swung too far and that's what caused the strike call, or if it was it looked a little high, so I don't think it was a called strike without that check swing. Pitch to R.J. Misses outside for ball 2. 2 balls and 1 strike to R.J. Rickenbaugh. Ryan Hughes, the pitcher for the Oilers, looks in home for the sign. Comes set. Takes a look at Jaffe at second and delivers home. That ball misses low for ball 3. 3 balls and 1 strike. So R.J. ahead in the count. 3-1 here with 2 outs in the bottom of the 6th inning. Chinooks down 3-0. The 3-1 to Rickenbaugh. Misses low and outside for ball 4. So Rickenbaugh on base with a walk. That is the second walk of the night for the Chinooks. And that walk brought to you by Beacon Realty, a good sponsor, and they get the shout out every time the Chinooks draw a walk. That brings up David Broughton, the third baseman, with runners on first and second with 2 outs here in the bottom of the 6th inning. Broughton, a right-handed hitter, is 1 for 2 tonight. He singled in the first and reached base on an error in the 4th. First pitch to him is low and away for a ball. 1-0 the count. Jaffe on second, Rickenbaugh on first, 2 down, Broughton at the plate. Hughes the pitcher for the Oilers. And the pitch, catcher throws down to first after receiving the pitch. Rickenbaugh back in plenty of time. The pitch was a ball, so the count goes to 2-0. Oilers catcher Matat with a nice quick release on that. He came up firing down to first base. Not sure his first baseman knew it was coming. The 2-0 delivery, right down the heart of the plate for strike 1. So, David Broughton up here with a 2-1 count. Runners on first and second. 2 outs for the Chinooks here in the bottom of the 6th inning. They're down 3-0. And that pitch misses high and away for ball 3. Another good hitter's pitch here. Second batter in a row that Hughes has gone 3-1 on. Broughton getting set, steps into the box. Deep in the batter's box, his right foot on that line, maybe a little bit outside of it. The delivery from Hughes misses low and away for ball 4, so the bases are loaded. Broughton draws the walk. Rickenbaugh down to second. Jaffe over to third. Bases loaded for the Chinooks, and that'll bring the Oilers pitching coach out to have a discussion with his pitcher, catcher, and the whole infield. I'm going to go away here, turn off my mic, and we'll have a break in the action. All right, folks, the conference has ended. The pitcher for the Oilers, Ryan Hughes, stays in the ball game. So with bases loaded and 2 outs here in the bottom of the 6th inning, that'll bring up the left fielder, number 23, Keaton Laidley. Laidley hitting from the left side of the plate with runners full of Chinooks. And that ball is swung on and fouled back for strike 1. No balls and 1 strikes on Keaton. Oilers playing deep. That center fielder is very deep at the moment. Infield on the right side deep as well. First baseman significantly back. Second baseman on the grass. And the delivery. Ground ball hit to third. Third baseman up with it. A strong throw to first, and that'll retire the side. That's the 3rd out of the inning on a 5-3 if you're keeping a scorecard. Chinooks come up with no runs on 2 hits, no errors, but they leave 3 runners on base. That's 7 runners left on base for the Chinooks today. The score after 6 complete, Oilers 3, Chinooks 0.
Join us at the Crossing Sundays at 9:50.
Welcome back, Chinook fans, to Lee Jordan Field at Loretta French Park at the heart of Chugach, Alaska. We are going to the top of the 7th here. The Chinooks are down 3-0. Gavin Alvetti on the hill, his first pitch to Oilers batter Cole Dawson is fouled off to the down the right field line for strike 1. Line score right now, 3 runs on 4 hits, 1 errors for the Oilers. No runs on 5 hits, 1 errors for the Chinooks. Score 3-0. Second pitch is a strike. 0-2 on Dawson. So Alvetti ahead in the count early. Alvetti from the stretch. Sidearm delivery misses inside for ball 1. The Oilers have left 6 runners on base. The Chinooks have left 7 runners on base. Now there's a ground ball up the middle for a base hit. Dawson hit that ball hard. That is their 4th hit of the game. I'm sorry, their 5th hit of the game. So the Oilers have a runner on base with no outs here in the top of the 7th inning. Alvetti delivers, batter turns the bunt. Alvetti up with it and makes the play to first. All right, we get the out at first base. So mark that a 1-3, but the runner Dawson advances over to second. So with 1 out and a runner on second base, the Oilers send up their cleanup here, third baseman number 20, Ty Thomas. Thomas has been hit by a pitch, reached first on a walk, and has grounded out to second, so he's 0 for 1 officially tonight, although he's been on base twice. First pitch by Alvetti is inside for ball 1. Cole Dawson, the Oiler runner on second. Chinook second baseman Louis Zalaika keeping him honest on there. Second pitch is a strike, so the count is 1-1 on Ty Thomas. Alvetti from the stretch comes set and delivers. Swing and a miss for strike 2. One ball, 2 strikes here on Ty Thomas, with 1 out in the the top of the 7th inning. That pitch misses for a ball. 2-2 is the count. A slight breeze, just a slight breeze starting to pick up. Still no sunshine. Gray skies, but no rain either. Just cloudy skies. Alvetti looks and delivers. Ground ball hit up the middle. Runner from second is rounding third, coming home. He'll stand up with a run, and that's a single and an RBI for Ty Thomas. Dawson hustles around and scores the 4th run of the game for the Oilers. That'll be the 6th hit of the game for the Oilers. And Ty Thomas has been on base 3 times tonight. So with a runner on first base and 1 out, the designated hitter for the Oilers, Cody New, comes to the plate. New, a left-handed hitter, leaning over the plate considerably, takes the first pitch for strike 1. Alvetti's pitch count now at about 41. And the delivery hit the dirt. Eisenauer with a nice stop on that prevents the runner from advancing from first, but it is a ball, so the count even up at 1 ball, 1 strike. Alvetti delivers and misses inside for ball 2, 2 balls and 1 strike. Ty Thomas, the runner on first for the Oilers. Chinooks playing him fairly straight away. And there's a line drive hit to short, over to first for the double play. So that ends the inning as Oliver Degenhart catches the line drive for the out and then throws over to first to catch the runner Ty Thomas off the base and gets him not tagging up for out number 3. That'll be 1 run on 2 hits, no errors, and no runners left on base. At the end of 6.5 innings of play, Oilers 4, Chinooks 0. Welcome back, Chinooks fans. We are going to the bottom of the 7th inning. The Oilers came up with another run in their half of the 7th, and so they lead this ball game 4-0. Chinooks have 5 hits on the evening, but no runs to show for it. We have left 7 runners on base. Leading off the bottom of the 7th for the Chinooks will be number 22, the right fielder Sam Kwapnoski. Sam takes the first pitch high for ball 1. The Oiler pitcher is Ryan Hughes, a right-hander, who is actually going from somewhat of a wind-up here. He stands facing, both feet facing the home plate, and then does not lift his hands over his head, but gives a kick and turns his body in a what I would call a normal wind-up, but misses there again. It is now 3-0 on Sam Kwapnoski. That ball misses. That pitch misses for a ball. So Sam walks. Sam has been on base 3 times today. He's singled, hit by pitch, and walked. But this means the Chinooks have the leadoff runner on with no outs. Here in the bottom of the 7th inning, that'll bring up the catcher, number 4, Dustin Eisenagel. Dusty, as he likes to be called, is 0 for 2 on the night. He hit into a double play and popped up to the catcher. The delivery home catches the outside corner for strike 1. Kwapnoski on first base. Eisenagel the batter. We are here in the bottom of the 7th inning. Chinooks is down 4-0. Hughes delivers. Eisenagel showed bunt but pulled back, and the pitch is called a ball. So 1 ball, 1 strike. Not sure how serious Dusty was about bunting there, but the third baseman now even with the bag. Takes a step or 2 in. He's on the grass. Dusty turns around, bounces down the first base side. The pitcher comes over, covers, underhands it over to the first baseman for the out. So that is a 1-3 for the out on Eisenagel. However, Kwapnoski is able to advance over to second, so the Chinooks have a runner in scoring position with 1 out here in the bottom of the 7th. Kwapnoski on second, leadoff batter Oliver Degenhart, today's shortstop for the Chinooks, up to the plate. Degenhart, as I mentioned, every time he comes up with a very open stance. Takes the pitch for strike 1. That looked like a good pitch. I think Oliver would like to have that pitch back and take a good hack at it. Left fielder playing somewhat shallow. Third baseman guarding the line. And the pitch, swing and a miss for strike 2. Oliver took a hack at that, but pulled his head. So 0-2 count to Oliver Degenhart here with 1 out in the bottom of the 7th inning. Oilers pitcher Hughes looks in, looks over at second. No one covering him. No one covering there. Ball bounces away from the catcher, but Matat, the Oilers catcher, jumps on it pretty well. And he's going to call timeout and go talk to his pitcher. I think they got their signals crossed up there. Count is 1 ball and 2 strikes to Oliver Degenhart. So a bit of a conference now. Oilers catcher and his pitcher just making sure they got their signals straight. Matat coming back behind the plate. Kwapnoski on second. He reached first on a walk, advanced over on the bunt by Eisenagel. So give Eisenagel a sacrifice on that. The delivery and a swing and a miss for strike 3. Degenhart goes down swinging for out number 2 here in the 7th, and that brings up second baseman number 16, Louis Zulaika. Louis is 1 for 3 on the night. He grounded out to second, lined out to short, and singled in the 6th inning. He was caught coming home on that double by Jordan Jaffe a close play at the plate. But Zuleika up with a runner in scoring position here and 2 outs here in the bottom of the 7th inning. The delivery of that ball is hit high in the air to center field. Colin Robson, the Oilers center fielder, brings it in for the out. So that is an F8 to end the inning. No runs on no hits, no errors, 1 runner left on base. After 7 complete, Oilers 4, Chinooks 0.
Welcome back to Chugiak. I'm Clayton Jackson. I'm going to be taking over for this inning. Up to bat, we have number 16, Andres Mitat. And that pitch finds its way in there for a strike, bringing the count to 0-1. Gavin Olivetti back on the mound for the Chinooks, as that pitch misses low and away. Mitat digs back in. Pitch comes from Olivetti and misses inside to bring the count to 2-1. Chinooks down 4-0 here as the Oilers look to expand the lead. Olivetti gets a sign, winds up, and swinging strike for Mitat. And the count is even now, 2-2. No one on for the Oilers, with number 30, Zachary Ferris, on deck.
Ladies and gentlemen, hot dogs and burgers are half price
As that pitch was fouled off to keep the count at 2-2. Olivetti waves off the sign, finds the one he likes, and the pitch comes, and swinging strikeout for Mitat. And that will bring up Zachary Ferris. Ferris has struck out once today and is 0 for 3.
Number 30, Zachary Ferris.
He's going to dig in now with no one on, 1 out. Score still 4-0 Oilers, as Olivetti fires it in there for a strike. Count goes 0-1 to Ferris. Olivetti looks like a strike, but it umpire didn't like it, as I guess it's going to be high, and that will be 1 ball, 1 strike to Ferris now. Olivetti has only given up 1 run here in his outing today, as that pitch missed as well to bring the count to 2-1 now. Olivetti deals, and the pitch is fouled off, bringing the count to 2-2. On deck now is number 24, Cole Wilson, who's been on base every at-bat today. So, dangerous hitter next up for the Oilers as Olivetti. And the pitch is grounded to short. And he's out of there. Throw over to Jaffe is just in time. And that will go 2 outs now for the Chinooks. And that will bring up Cole Wilson. He's hitting 143 on the season, but has been on 3 times today, only 1 for 1, as he's been hit by a pitch and gone base on balls with a double today. And not a swing I'm sure Wilson loved there, as he's kind of tied up. Nonetheless, 0-1. And that was going to be low and inside as the count moves to 1-1. Wilson digs back in. Olivetti kicks and deals. Big swing for Wilson, and count goes to 1-2. No one on for the Oilers with 2 outs. And he'll get himself out of there. Olivetti sits him down, 1-2-3. And that's the end of the top of the 8th with zeros across the board. No runs, no hits, no errors, no one left on for the Oilers.
Welcome back, Chinook fans, to the heart of Chugiak, Alaska. We are going to the bottom of the 8th inning, and the Chinooks are behind 4-0 to the Oilers. This will bring up Jordan Jaffe, the Chinooks' first baseman, to lead off the 8th. Jordan is 1 for 3 on the night. He has flown to center, grounded out to second, and doubled in the 6th inning. He takes the first pitch for a strike, so the count goes to 0-1. He swings at the second pitch and misses, so the count now no balls and 2 strikes. Ryan Hughes, the pitcher on the mound for the Oilers. He is listed as number 17, but he's wearing jersey number 11. That ball is hit in the air to center field. Center fielder comes in, makes a nice grab for out number 1. That's an F8, and that'll bring up center fielder Jaden Hill, number 15 for the Chinooks. I was saying Hughes is actually wearing uniform number 11, but they're trying to make it look like a 17 by adding tape on the back of it. So he got a piece of white tape hanging from his the backside of his uniform jersey, trying to make that second 1 look like a 7. His first pitch to Jaden Hill misses for a ball. Count goes to 1 ball and no strikes. And misses with a second, so the count 2-0. Jaden up early in the count. He is 0 for 3 today, a fly out to center, line out to shortstop, and a strikeout in the 6th inning. There's a big swing and a miss by Jaden. Count goes to 2 balls and 1 strike. with the left-hander at the plate. The right side of the infield playing deep. That ball misses. That pitch misses for a ball. 3 balls and 1 strike on Jaden Hill. Hughes looks and delivers. Ground ball hit up the middle. Oilers shortstop over. Bobbles it, but comes up throwing. And no, the first baseman can't handle the throw. Hill going down to second. Oilers catcher Matat was there to back up, but the throw was offline. The shortstop came up with the ball. The Cole Dawson came up with the ball, bobbled it a little bit, and then threw over to first. Ball went low. The first baseman couldn't handle it. It looked like a fairly easy throw for him to handle, but that'll be an error. And that'll be Jaden Hill on second base now with 1 out. So again, the Chinooks have a runner in scoring position.
Batting for the Chinooks, number 17, R.J. Rickenbaugh.
That would be R.J. Rickenbaugh, designated hitter, number 17. R.J. hitting from the left side of the plate. Hughes looks in and misses for ball 1. RJ is 0 for 1 tonight. He grounded out to third and then walked twice, so he only has 1 official at bat. And been on base twice, but has not scored a run, as the Chinooks are being shut out so far. There's a pitch and a swing. That ball is caught by the shortstop. Jaden Hill was running on the batted ball, and he gets doubled off of second base. For the second and third outs of the inning, a heck of a play by shortstop Cole Dawson. Call that a P6 on Rickenbaugh for the second out of the inning, and the third out of the inning is a 6-4. A 6-4 to get Hill, who was running on the play, even though the ball was hit into shallow left field. So no runs on no hits, 1 error, no runners left on. At the end of 8 complete, it's Oilers 4, Chinooks 0. Welcome back to Chinooks baseball. We are going to the top of the 9th inning here. The Chinooks are behind 4-0 to the Peninsula Oilers. We have a pitching change also. Into pitch for the Chinooks is John Green. Sorry, I forgot his first name there for a second. But John Green, a right-hander out of Grace Christian University. First pitch from John is a ball. The batter for the Oilers is Bryce Berkey, the Oilers left fielder. John Green, ground ball up the middle for a base hit. So Berkey on with his second hit of the evening, a second single for him. He also reached base on a fielder's choice, so he's been on base 3 times. That'll bring up the Oilers' leadoff hitter, Max Rothward. Rothward is 0 for 3 tonight with a strikeout, hit into a double play, and then grounded back to the pitcher. Berkey on first base. Green comes set and delivers. That ball is popped up into deep second base position. Zalaika pulls it in for the out, so that's a P4 to start the inning. 1 out here in the 9th.
At the plate for the Oilers, number 10, Cole Dawson.
That brings up Cole Dawson, the Oilers' shortstop, to bat with a runner on first base. And 1 out here in the top of the 9th. First pitch to Dawson is a called strike. One 0 the pitch. Runner breaks from first. Throw from Eisenagel down and caught him stealing. Nice play. Second baseman Zulaika made a hard tag there, making sure the runner was okay. But mark that as a caught stealing for the second out of the inning, a 2-4 on that. All right, folks, I'm going to turn down the field mic again. We have someone close to the microphone speaking loudly, so it's going to reduce the field noise, but it'll also reduce the that person's voice. Count goes to 1 ball and 2 strikes on Cole Dawson. And that pitch misses. I was marking my scorebook there. I don't believe he missed on the pitch. I think it was not a pitch. 1 ball, 2 strikes is the count. That misses. The count goes to 2 balls and 2 strikes. The 2-2 misses. All right, that was 3 balls, 2 strikes. I did have the count correct. Okay, so that's ball 4 on Cole Dawson. Dawson down to first on a walk. Oilers have 1 runner on with 2 outs here in the top of the 9th inning. We got some more folks checking in. Swing and a miss to the batter, Colin Robson, for strike 1. No balls and 1 strike. Got some other folks checking in. Some Oilers fans. Jessica Small saying, "Let's go Oilers." And there's a ball hit down the right field line for strike 2. Looks like I missed a pitching change for the Oilers. We'll get that when they come back out to the field. Greg Ryan asking, are going to be headed down to the Kenai with the team. Number 25 hits that ball hard and down the line, and oh my gosh, it hits for the second time today. Colin Robson hits a home run off the foul pole in right field. Never ever seen that, folks. A hitter hitting 2 home runs off the foul pole. Mark that as a 2-run home run for Robson. He has had himself a heck of a night. It scores Dawson and Robson, of course. So 2 RBIs on that, and that jumps the score to 6-0 in favor of the Oilers. That was almost identical to the home run he hit back in the 3rd inning. Almost identical. The 1-0 to Ty Thomas is a strike, a swinging strike, so the count evens up at 1-1. The 1-1 delivery misses outside for ball 2. Two balls and 1 strike. John Green delivers and misses outside for ball 3. 3 balls and 1 strike on Ty Thomas. And as I mentioned earlier, we have cut off the field mic, so it's a bit more quiet for you, and I apologize for that. We just have some folks talking real close in the stands, real close to the microphone, and that was being picked up quite a bit over the airwaves. Count goes to 3 balls and 2 strikes as that pitch hit the plate. Green delivers, line drive. Hit the Dagenhart at short for the out. So mark that as an L6 for the 3rd out. For the Oilers, it's 2 runs on 2 hits, no errors, no runners left on base. And the Oilers lead this 6-0 as we go to the bottom of the 9th. And welcome back to Chinooks Baseball. The Chinooks are now behind 6-0 on another 2-run homer by the Oilers, by the same Oiler hitter, as a matter of fact, Colin Robson, who has hit 2 home runs off the right field screen, the right field foul pole. There's a new pitcher for the Oilers, Colby Reynolds, number 18, a right-hander sophomore out of Johnson University. And then there's been some defensive changes as well. Petey Soto is the new Oilers shortstop, and Dawson has moved over to 3rd base. So that is the new defensive alignment for the Oilers. The first pitch of the inning missed for ball 1. Second pitch nails for strike 1, and the batter is David Broughton. So Number 10, David Broughton, the batter. 1-1 count here in the bottom of the ninth inning. Chinooks are down 6-0. They have left 8 runners on base today. There's a ground ball. Third baseman makes a diving play, throws it over to first, pulls the first baseman off the bag, and Broughton is safe at first.
Coming to the plate for your Chinooks, number 25, Cade Smith.
So batting for Keaton Laidley in this situation here in the bottom of the ninth is Cade Smith. Cade Smith had been the designated hitter a couple games for the Chinooks. He comes up, a right-handed hitter. He's up with a runner on first base and no outs here in the bottom of the ninth. Broughton the runner at first. The delivery by Colby Reynolds is a called strike. 0-1 the count. Reynolds delivers high for ball 1. 1 ball, 1 strike. Official score gives David Broughton a single on that last play. Okay, nope. The official score just changed the word. That's an error, a throwing error on the third baseman. So it's an E5. Broughton is on first on an error. The count is 1-2 on Cade Smith. He hits the ball deep in the air to center field. Center fielder hauls it in for the first out of the inning. That's an F8. And Broughton goes back to first base without advance. So Smith flies out into pitch hit roll. And that brings up the right fielder, number 22, Sam Kwapnoski, with 1 out and a runner on first here in the bottom of the ninth inning. Kwapnoski has been on base 3 times, a single, a hit by pitch, and a walk. So officially he's 0 for 1, but he's been on base 3 times. Hasn't come around to score, as no Chinooks have come around to score tonight. The first pitch to Kwapnoski misses for ball 1. Greg Ryan chiming in with a question that baseball fans always argue about. Is it a fair pole or a foul pole? Because if it hits the pole, it's a fair ball. So should the name actually be called a fair pole? He's got a good point. But I'll keep calling it a foul pole because that's what I grew up with. 2 balls, no strikes, the count on Sam. And that ball catches the corner for strike 1. 2 balls and 1 strike. Broughton on first base. First baseman playing behind him. The delivery, and that ball is hit down the left field line, foul for strike 2. 2 balls and 2 strikes. On Sam Kwapnoski. Colby Reynolds looks in. And the runner goes from first, and Kwapnoski swings and fouls it back. So Broughton was running on that play, but Kwapnoski fouled it back, and so Broughton will have to go back to first. And that'll keep the count at 2 balls and 2 strikes on Sam Kwapnoski. Reynolds, the right-hander, comes set, delivers home, and that ball is fouled right back at us here in the press box. Count remains 2 balls and 2 strikes. Oilers lead this 6-0 here in the bottom of the ninth with 1 out. Chinooks have hit the ball tonight, just not at opportune times. The 2-2 pitch to Sam. Runner goes. The throw down to second. Sam has that stolen base. I'm sorry, David Broughton was the base runner. Has that base stolen easily, so Broughton with the stolen base, now on second base. That pitch missed for a ball, so the count is full on Sam Kwapnowski. Full count, 1 out, Chinook on second base. Kwapnowski the batter, the delivery, and there's a ground ball hit right at short. Broughton goes back to second, and the throw from the shortstop over to first is an out. So that's a 6-3. The ball was hit right at Broughton, the base runner. He made the decision to go back to second, diving head first back into second as the shortstop made the fine play and made the throw over to first, rather undistracted for the second out of the inning. That brings up Dusty Eisenagel, the Chinooks catcher, with 2 outs here in the 9th. Delivery from Reynolds misses high for a ball. Inside pitch misses for a ball. 2 balls and no strikes. Greg Ryan, I know you were kidding, but it's a great debate. Should it be called a fair pull or a foul pull? Again, because if it hits it, it's a fair ball. Delivery is a strike. 2 balls and 1 strike now on Dusty Eisenagel. Chinooks down to their last out. 2 outs here in the bottom of the 9th. 2-1 count on Dusty Eisenagel. Colby Reynolds, the pitcher for the Oilers, delivers, and Broughton steals third on the play, standing up. So the count goes to 2 balls and 2 strikes, as that pitch was a strike. Reynolds, 6'4", 225. He's an imposing figure out on the mound. The 2-2 pitch to Dusty. It's a bloop into left field, and there it is. That's a base hit. That's a base hit for Dusty Eisenagel, a clean single, and that brings David Broughton home for the first score of the Chinooks game. So that stolen base by Broughton has allowed the Chinooks to come on the board and avoid the shutout. I'm happy for that. Give Eisenagel an RBI. That brings up the leadoff hitter, number 9, Oliver Dagenhart, playing shortstop tonight. Eisenagel didn't hit that ball hard, but he hit it in the right place. So we'll take it. It's a single and an RBI. Dagenhart the batter with a runner on first base and 2 outs here in the bottom of the 9th. The score now, Oilers 6, Chinooks 1. Throw over to first base, keeping Eisenagel honest. Delivery. High for a ball. Right over the heart of the plate, but too high. So the count on Oliver is 1-0. Eisenagel takes his lead at first. And next pitch misses high again for ball 2. Doesn't miss by much. We'll take the call. Colby Reynolds giving that questioning look towards home plate there. Comes set. And delivers to Dagenhart. Misses high for ball 3. Count runs to 3-0, so Oliver way ahead in this count. With a runner on first base and 2 outs here in the bottom of the 9th inning. Chinooks have battled back to score a run and avoid the shutout. Score 6-1. And the next pitch is also high for a ball. Ball 4. Dagenhart draws the walk. He goes down to first as Eisenagel goes over to second. That will now bring up second baseman number 16, Louis Zulaika. little conference on the mound between catcher Matat and the pitcher Kobe Reynolds. There are 2 outs here in the 9th. Louis Zuleika, the batter, with runners on first and second. A single by Eisenagel. And a walk by Degenhart make up the runners. The delivery to Zuleika. Missed high for a ball. That's 5 straight high balls for pitcher Kobe Reynolds. Reynolds from the stretch, sets, and delivers to Zuleika. And that ball just catches the inside corner for strike 1. Took a little off that pitch. I don't know if it was a changeup or a breaking ball that didn't break, but it did catch the inside part of the plate, and the count is now 1 ball and 1 strike. One ball, 1 strike, and the delivery. That ball is popped up, foul, and out of play behind home plate for strike 2. One ball and 2 strikes on Louis Zuleika. We are in the bottom of the 9th inning here in the heart of Chugiak, Alaska. Chinooks are down 6-1. Louis Zuleika, the batter, with runners on first and second. Eisenagel on second, Degenhart on first, and the 1-2 delivery from Reynolds. Ball is popped up in the air. Second baseman calls it, has it, and that's the ball game. A P4 to end the game. A very quick ball game. Unfortunately, it ends 6-1 against the Chinooks. In the 9th inning, the Chinooks score 1 run on 1 hit, no errors, 2 runners left on base. That makes 10 runners total left on base for the Chinooks, and that's the tale of the game, really. The Oilers were able to drive in runs. The Chinooks were not, and that's been the curse for the Chinooks much of this season. But we've got a young team. They are hitting the ball, and hopefully they'll come around and start driving in those runs, especially when we've got runners in scoring position. So the final, 6-1. The winning pitcher will be the starting pitcher for the Oilers, Sasaki. And the losing pitcher, unfortunately, will be Jacob Hayes for the Chinooks. Folks, I have a team to feed as the Bartow family is providing the post-game meal in a great Chinook tradition where we feed the team after every home game. We get volunteers from around the community, various churches, organizations, or just families that want to help out. They provide a post-game meal for the Chinooks players, and it gives the guys the time to continue their fellowship and I was going to say talk baseball, but in reality, I've been back there numerous times, and they don't talk much baseball after the game. They just have a time of fellowship and catch up on things other than the game. But it is one of the great things about Chinooks and AIA baseball. I want to thank PA announcer Dave Stroh, our statistician, Jonathan Douglas, Clayton Jackson, doing a half an inning of play-by-play. You'll hear more from him as the team heads down to Kenai later in the week. And we will see you folks tomorrow for the next away game, which is against the Bucks at Mulcahy Stadium in Anchorage. First pitch tomorrow night is at 6 o'clock. We'll talk to you on the radio then on behalf of the Chinooks Booster Club. And athletes in action, thank you for listening and watching the game. Have a good evening. God bless.